Hi everyone, and welcome to TMG Talks. Today we are joined by Nicole McEnery of
Hi.
McEnery Mortgages.
That's right.
So, two first questions.
Okay.
One, you like to talk a lot,
I
so
do.
we have put the timer here to make sure we do not go over. What are
love
the
that.
odds of us going over?
No, we'll be. I'll be good. I'll be good today.
Reckon?
Make it short and sweet. Yeah. To the point. That's what we want, don't we?
To the point, right? So straight to the point.
Yeah.
McEnery Mortgages.
Yes.
How difficult was that to name the company?
very
Where did it come from? Where did that
Well, M&M, it's a good start. McEnery Mortgages is like a bit of a theme to it. No, it's my surname. Obviously, it wasn't very difficult to come up with that name. However, it was a quick decision because I launched my mortgage firm 2 years ago, and I suddenly had to think of the name. So, what
quick
better way?
fire? Yeah, straight in.
McEnery Mortgages.
Your face all over. And it probably leads on like people overthink the name what they're going to choose, especially if they're new coming to industry, and they'll have all these logos and all these bright colours and all
Yeah.
these ideas. But ultimately, a client buys from you, don't they?
Yeah.
You could be called ABC or XYZ, but ultimately your phone rings because it's you at the end of the phone.
Yeah, absolutely.
It's not because it's a brand behind it. So you can I think sometimes you can overthink it.
Yeah.
And especially you being local, it is who do you go to? And Nicole McEnery Mortgages. It works really well.
Yeah, it does. Yeah, people know what mortgages are, so it's
Yeah. So
to know what you do.
2.5 years ago, you set up McEnery Mortgages. Prior to that, how long have you been doing mortgages for?
So I have been in the finance industry 20 plus years. It's my background. That's what I've done previously. But then when I started having children, that's when it shifted into mortgages. And I worked for a brokerage for 2 years, got my experience, trained a lot, learned a lot, and then decided actually, why am I not doing this? Why am I not working and having my own business and making my own future for me and my family?
Making your own mistakes, making
my own mistakes, learning from that. So I decided to launch McEnery Mortgages at that point.
So when you launched, how many children did you have at that point?
So I have got a big family and currently got 4 amazing young girls.
Yeah.
When I launched the business, I had 3 children, and I found out I was pregnant with Olivia, my youngest, when I launched the mortgage firm.
Oh,
which
double
wasn't
good
planned.
news.
It wasn't planned, obviously, because it's a big thing to do that. But obviously, in terms of the business side of things, it's perfect for me as a mum who wants to still be a mum and obviously have a career. It works perfectly alongside my family. I can manage my own diary, choose when I work around the kids. They're all doing all sorts of different things, cheerleading, football, netball. Literally my evenings are full every evening. And it's great because then after that, I can do an appointment at 8 o'clock at night.
So I think that's the thing. And I think it's really important. I've said to you this before, like bringing you on who has kids and can run a business and is top of the leaderboard, I think, this month. And you'll float there about, and sometimes it'll go down, sometimes it'll go back up. But ultimately, over the year, you'll be in the top 10, top 15 brokers quite easily. But you're doing that while having 4 children. I mean, that is fantastic. Like, you can't...
Thank you.
To be able to juggle a home life and to juggle work is really hard. And then, like you say, you throw in cheerleading, football, school plays, obviously this time of year, parents' evening, all this kind of stuff. How do you do it? What is the key to being a mum and running a business? What are the 3 key points would you say to someone doing it?
I think, when I really look into it and really think about that answer, it is down to showing my children that you can do it, that you can be a mum, be a good mum, really look after your children, but also really grow something that's yours. I mean, a lot of women potentially take a step back when they have a family And I've always been really career driven, where I wanted something that was mine, and it shows your children you can do that. And I think that's what it really is, honestly.
What do you want for the end goal? What are your aspirations? And a question what I've spoke to a few people and put in my book. When is enough enough?
When's enough enough? You know what? I think for me, it's freedom. So the freedom to take my kids to cheerleading.
Yeah.
The freedom to go on holidays and take my children away on holidays. We've got a tour caravan, which is great. We go away at weekends.
Do you tow it?
I do. I do tow it, yeah. I can tow it. I can't park it. I cannot park the thing, but I can tow it.
Obviously, everyone knows how bad my driving is. I try to reverse a caravan.
Don't.
I like, get out. Do not even try and do it.
Oh no, it's terrifying. No, I can't park it, but I can tow it in a straight line, so we're all right. But yeah.
Good effort, that. So you've got a Taurus?
Yeah.
With 4 kids?
Yeah, and a big Hungarian Vizsla dog. He's massive.
You don't like doing things by half.
And I got the dog when I found out I was pregnant. So I was like, oh no, I've just launched a business. I found out I'm pregnant, and now we've got a puppy. Like, I don't do things in half, honestly.
Right, so what's the next mad idea? What are you thinking of doing?
Well, in terms of business side of things, again, going back to freedom, I want to now look at expanding a little bit in terms of getting some admin support. I do everything myself at the minute. It takes a lot of time, and although it doesn't take a lot of time away from the children, different things, because I manage it quite well, I would like more time just for me to do things I want to do. And
I assume with you managing the kids and home life and work, you won't be having a glass of wine, or you might be, but currently you'll be keying that case at 9 p.m. at night instead of watching I'm a Celeb or doing something what you really should be chilling out for.
Or doing the admin, getting all the compliance side of it done.
Yeah, but if you had
9 at night.
Yeah, but but bringing an admin in will free up that bit of doing it. And I said a lot recently of a successful broker now is not keying a case at 9 o'clock at night. A successful broker is not having 10 advisors. If you have 3 admin doing all your work, when you go home at night and you've looked after the kids, yes, you might pick up on 1 or 2 emails, but you're not sat there looking at 2 screens trying to put something on there, because why?
That's the dream, isn't it? The dream is to have more time, and if you can afford to do it, and you're working, you're putting your efforts in, where you can, obviously you're building your business in terms of getting your referral network sorted out, you're getting your referrals in from different streams, and you've got your back book of your portfolio. It's getting for me to that point now where I can look to use some of that income to support that side of it, which gives me more freedom, which is the ideal.
And you spend more time with a client, and you do a better job for them, more referrals. It's self-fulfilling, isn't it?
Absolutely.
So what's your favourite parts of being a mortgage broker?
So it's, for me, I dealt with a lady last month, and she was a single mum, and she wanted to purchase her own property. And I've helped to do that. So she contacted me a week ago. You've helped me do that. You've helped me buy my own property for me and my children. It's things like that, it's fulfilling. It's you're making a difference. And that's what I really love about the job, making a difference for people like that as well.
I think people don't realise that there are 100% mortgages out there.
Yeah.
And maybe that's our fault. We don't shout about it enough. But yeah, that bit of going, I never knew I could buy my own home. I thought I'd have to save all my life to do it, when in reality, there are options for clients there, aren't there?
Absolutely. And things like that, it's just success stories like that just spur you on to do more, really. And that client that comes back and says, well, I'd used someone else and they couldn't find me that mortgage, but you did. And
you try even harder.
And I always do try hard with every single client, because it's important to do that, and that's where your credibility comes from. That's powerful word of mouth. They got me that mortgage, nobody else could. People listen to things like that when you go that extra mile, and I think that's really important. And I'd literally do that for every person. I really do care about that person getting what they need.
So when you started, how do you generate clients from starting from scratch?
So one of the main reasons why I launched McEnery Mortgages was because I am a part of BNI networking group. Okay, and there's 35 members in that group, and the advice, the support, the knowledge. I mean, there's people been in business years and years. I've never had my own business. I always worked for someone else. So it's having that support network there, which ultimately that spurred me on to launch my own firm originally. So BNI is a massive part of who I am and what I do.
What mornings were you doing BNI?
So Friday morning, 6:30. But you know what? It gets me out the school run, doesn't it?
Yeah. Do you get a free bacon sandwich as well?
Yeah. The coffee's not great, however. But yeah, it's that support network which I really love about it. We're like a little family, to be honest. And there's a lot of negative things about everything in life, isn't there? But until you go out and experience it for yourself and get your own opinions, and you either
like it or you don't like it. But you don't know until you walk through that door. Yeah. I've been and got scared of I'm going, what do I say? But ultimately, you are getting referrals off it, and then people are getting. Like saying earlier, but sometimes it'll be you want something out of those 35 people. There'll be something in your life someone can fix for you.
Yeah.
So it's not just you generating business; it's you going, oh, he does PTs or he does. Water and gas, whatever it is, like you say, you've got a family community there.
Yeah, absolutely, and they're great. And I wouldn't be without. I'd never leave that group, even when building my family, having more kids. Like I would never leave that position, because
it gets you out of the school run.
It gets me out of the school run. But the other side of it is estate agency. I've worked alongside Trigleps, estate agents in Hoyle and Barnsley.
Should we give them a little shout out?
Yeah.
Go on, let's talk about Trigleps. Yeah. Tell us how good they are.
Oh, you know what?
Why would we sell through them?
Oh, it's a family-run business. They are so genuinely and care about their clients. It fits perfectly with my side of the business. They don't push either. So, the stigma around estate agents pushing for advice or referral partners like myself. When I first started working alongside them, Steve, who's the founder, originally said we will not push mortgage side of it. I said, well, that works really well with me because I am that same type of e-software. You don't want to be pushing anything. It's got to be natural and it's got to be right for the client as well. So they're really big on that, which I absolutely love. But it's a family-run business, and the girls there, I've built up a really strong connection with them. I go 2 days a week and work alongside them. I've got my own little desk. So they really sort of integrate me and welcome me, and it's working really, really well. And that's why I'm so successful, because that's a massive part of my referral partner as well. So
for massive shout out to Trigleps.
Yeah.
Woo! How do you get into a estate agency? Talking to our brokers, how would you go about trying to get into an estate agent? How did you get into them?
You know what? It was about, I called quite a few, just got on the phone and rang. You feel as though a lot of them have got established brokers in there that they're happy with, but you know what? They're not. They've got things or issues, or they're not particularly happy with how they're dealing with their clients. And you won't know that unless you ring and say, how's it going? Do you currently have a broker? No, or yes, or if I do, are you happy with them? And Trigleps, they had someone they referred to, and they said, no, not really. It's not very, very consistent. I said, well, how about like meeting with me? Can I come in and speak to you? And that was basically it. But you've got to pick up that phone. You've got to go out and reach out, because if you don't ask, you don't get.
No. So what about social? Do you do any social, or is that next year's plan?
So I don't do any social just because time. I don't have time. And that's something that I'm wanting to do.
You could get the children to do it.
No, I'm
Everyone
thinking
buys
that.
off children.
You know what? They'd love my kids. Yeah. They're so great. No, honestly.
One every single day.
Yeah, someone different. I just need a fit one now to get every day.
Watch out, honey.
Yeah. Oh God. No, but yeah, it's so. You know what? You know it's a massive part of your business. I mean, I've got a website and I've got a Facebook page, but I don't put a lot of content out there just because of time. And it is something that I am looking to do in the future, because it's something that you need to do for credibility as well. And I would never do anything like this, by the way. And I am out of my comfort zone. So
you are doing really well. You are doing really well.
But I thought, you know what? If you don't do something that pushes you, you're never going to go anywhere. So I thought, I'll come here today and do this, and this will maybe help me do my socials.
In front of the camera,
absolutely, yeah, because it's very nerve-wracking.
I think I'm on the same journey right now. Going right, I need to push myself out there more. I don't really like TikTok, but I will do it because if I don't do it,
Yeah.
how can I tell people to do it?
Are you going to do some funny dances and stuff like that?
I got out of the one yesterday.
Yeah.
I kind of
it.
delegate them away.
Oh, God, just do it. You'll be fine.
Yeah, so anything people need to see the real you.
Yeah.
And I think doing the funny dances sometimes gives a different side to what you are as a boss or what you are as a parent. So yeah, I think I will be on your journey. I think there'll be a collective of us what are like
starting it out.
Maybe it's a bit like a BNI. Maybe
Yeah.
we need like a BNI for brokers, what is social media, and we all support each other, all like each other's posts, share it about.
I mean, there's nothing worse than getting in front of a camera, is there? You know, although you can speak to your clients really easily and naturally, as soon as you get in front of something and you've got like this big microphone right in front of you, it's nerve-wracking.
Do you want to sing into
like,
it?
Hello.
Yeah. You're like, pass me a glass of wine and
yes, I know that's what we should do instead of coffee. Wine next.
That is the Christmas special.
Christmas special.
Just Christmas decorations, wine, mint pies.
We're doing well.
We're doing well. I think you were just pointing to get the booking. That's what it were all about. It was just to get the booking. No shortcuts. Audio coming out soon. So So obviously we'll skirt around stuff and we'll go backwards and forwards, but it's fantastic seeing what you're doing, and I think especially the females, but also the males, because some of us are like they are dads in our network or in the wider network who maybe divorced or single dad, they've got a couple of kids. I think it's important to understand that the journey as a mortgage broker or protection, sometimes it is you'll get up at 8 o'clock, you'll do some emails, or 7 o'clock, do a few emails, get the kids breakfast ready, do the school run, and you're desperate to get into work for 9 o'clock. But I think times have changed now where probably sometimes the luck of being a mortgage broker, it's successful that you can come in at 9:30, or you can come in at 10:30 because you might want to go to a gym and have a routine. What's your routine look like a typical week?
Yeah. So I would say...
Is this going to like kill me with all the like different
you're gonna
activities at evening?
You know what? The best thing about what I do is it works amazingly in terms of fitting everything in that I want to fit in. So in the morning I'll get up, I'll check my diary, do a few emails before kids arise, you know, so I've got a clear plan of what my day's going to look like.
What time are kids up?
So you know what? They're quite lazy. They're not
lucky.
Honestly, they're not. They're so lazy, the girls. They will get up from sort of 7:30, 7:45. And there's a few I've got to drag out of bed. So, yeah, I get that a little bit of time in the morning. But you know what? That's the most important time. Because I will sit there and I will go, right, let me just gather my thoughts. What's happening today? What's my diary look like? Just have a minute before that chaos starts. Because you know what? It's so noisy in my house. I can't even tell you.
What's breakfast time? What do we all eat?
Oh, you know, I try and eat quite healthy breakfast because I think we eat too much sugar as it is, you know, with kids. And so they'll have either Weetabix or a pancake, or I'll do scrambled eggs or something like that. But I like to eat that as well. So they're not getting anything different. They'll get what I get.
We're all having
Weetabix today,
a big box of Weetabix has gone in one sitting.
No sugar on it. No, but yeah, it's just getting that work-life balance, isn't it? And just, I think in the morning I've got to really have that minute for me, just to assess what's going off in the day, my diary, and then just before they all get up and start causing chaos.
Yeah. School runs, do you share it or?
No, I do school runs, so I try and walk with the dog in the morning because I've got this big dog as well that needs looking after. So get there at the minute, getting all the gloves on, their woolly hats.
I'm feeling better about my life. You already like chaos.
It's mental. But you know what? I don't think I'd like it any different. No. I think I'm meant for it to be like this, because how else do you cope with it? But walk the dog, get some fresh air.
Yeah.
Then I can walk back with my headphones on. Again, have a minute, because it's just been mental getting them all to school on time.
School run, do you do any networking, or do you pick up leads while you're on the school run?
You know what? I've got quite a few parents that do use me. Yeah. But it's one of them. You don't want to start just talking about things. It's quite an awkward thing, isn't it? You know, unless it naturally comes up in the conversation. Like I've had a few where they go, "No, we're looking to move." Oh, right. Do you know I can help you with that? I do mortgages, and then that's more natural. Whereas I don't push anything because I don't think it's the right thing to do. But if it naturally comes up, then I will sort of talk about it. But it's funny. A lot of people don't know what you actually do.
No, when you see some parents what are constantly talking about it, 24/7.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a weird one because I always feel on the school run where, as a parent, obviously when you've got protection, you can do the online GP.
Yeah.
And you can guarantee how many people are moaning about ringing a GP in the
Yeah.
morning. That sometimes is a conversation starter. But like you
Yeah.
said, you're probably going out of your comfort zone to jump in and go, do you know, if you had this policy, then you don't need to wait 24 minutes in queue. You can just book it in there
Yeah.
and then. But
Yeah.
I think that's some people have either got it in them and they just want to
Yeah.
talk you to death. But like you say, if you sit back and they naturally come to you,
Yeah.
the lead's more natural. They're wanting to go ahead because they've already bought off what you're doing.
Yeah, absolutely. I think it's best to be that way, and that's how I am as a person, and an advisor as well. Very sort of natural and just steady.
So school run's done.
Yes.
What's next?
So what's next? So I will then look at, obviously, whatever's in my diary. I'll have 2 or 3 appointments, either review clients from my portfolio, or I'll have a first time buyer chat, or like a movie chat. And so it's preparing for that.
Yeah.
So I'll start preparing for my appointments straight away, first thing. I don't normally start the appointments till about 11, just to give me some time. Had a busy morning. So don't book them in straight from 9:30 school run, because that is just, not great. So I like to have a cup of tea and, again, just steady myself and just get my thoughts together and things like that.
And then a couple of appointments.
Yeah.
Maybe grab a bit of lunch.
A bit of soup.
And we're back on school run again.
Oh, in between that, though, there's washing, there's getting up, clothes put away. Honestly, it's mental. I don't sit down.
So how do you manage to write so many cases yet be the busiest person? And have you thought about the second point? I mentioned it quite a lot. Getting like the cleaner in to do the ironing and washing so you can concentrate more on work.
Yeah.
Or
you know what? I do have a cleaner on Friday, and it's the best day ever. I just walk in and the floors are clean.
But come Friday afternoon,
Oh
it's
no!
like...
And then Saturday it's just a mess again. But that one day, it's all you need. That one day of peace and that one day of cleanliness, it just gets you through life. Honestly, no, I do have a cleaner, but that's only recent because it's so difficult. But in terms of the question you asked, how do I fit it all in?
Yeah, how do you still do that many mortgage applications and protection policies?
I think I've become a master of the systems, quite quick on them. When I first started, it was so difficult. It took me hours to get them on OMS. It took me hours to do the lender systems. But I feel as though I'm in a situation now where I can get them on quite quickly, and that saves loads of time. And it's second to none when you learn something and you know what you're doing, which takes time, by the way. You're not just going to run into it and go, I know what I'm doing. It takes time and effort and to make sure you get it right. But I think that's what it is. I think I've just got really great at the systems and doing that a bit quicker.
And then do you go into a zone and like, right,
Yeah.
being a parent, half an hour, right, I'm just going to put your headphones on. I'm going to get these applications done.
Yeah. I tend to do the hardest things in the morning. Like if I've got a hard case that's adverse credit, or there's going to be a lot of work involved trying to sort this out, get that done first. Get it out of the way. Get your easy product transfers done in the afternoon.
Most people be like moving it to the bottom of the list.
Yeah, don't do that, because you're more alert, you're more awake, you're more ready, aren't you?
Yeah.
Whereas when you get to afternoon, I'm literally like...
You've already had a full day, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm tired now. But then I've got to pick kids up from school and take them to netball.
Netball. So, busy mum.
Yeah.
Busy working, building, wanting to do everything. Who's your current mortgage with? What's your like financial background yourself as your... Because I always find it interesting.
Yeah.
Because I've just done my mortgage and I go... People always think a mortgage broker is going to be on at a rate of like 1.59%, and they're going to have they've got a certain perspective of what you do, but sometimes it's not that case, because if you're self-employed, are you going to be high street? Yes, if all your books are lined up, but if you've only been doing it a few years, it's very unlikely you're going to go there. And I think being able to be, look, sometimes it's not a natural fit with the top 3, and there are different alternatives. Your mortgage isn't always going to be with the top 3 or 5 lenders. It's going to be a variety. I'm sure you're like client bank's probably very different to the normal.
I mean, with me launching McEnery Mortgages in 2 years ago, I had 1 year's books when my remortgage came to fruition, which left me with hardly any lenders for the 1 year's limited company book. So I went with Halifax, and the rate wasn't the best, but you've got to suck it up, haven't you, I suppose?
Yeah.
I mean, my mortgage actually came out when the rates were quite high, so my current rate is 5.2%.
So for the people out there,
Yeah.
it is
High.
But you obviously know the long-term plan is when you've got, well, I'm guessing you probably fix it for 2 years. Once you've got 3 years worth of accounts, right?
Yeah.
It's over. So sometimes,
days.
yeah, and sometimes it's a stopgap. Sometimes it is like get in the house, while especially for self-employed, of going right. We know you've got the house. It's a dream house. This is what we're going to do in a year. This is what you need to do. That's where you're going. And sometimes it's not raised. How much can you afford to pay? Can you afford to pay, and can you afford to live well while you do it? I think it's a key factor. So I want to see a little snippet. Self-employed.
Yes.
Give me the 3 best.
What is he going to ask me?
I don't
guys?
know.
What is he going to ask me?
I'm thinking off cuff. Don't like everyone else does scripted like podcasts.
Oh, this is not scripted.
With absolutely zero scripting whatsoever. So you're self-employed client.
Yeah.
What are the 3 things that self-employed clients think they can't get, but actually can get?
So a lot of them dependent on. Oh, this is an odd question. Thanks.
I didn't even know if the question made sense or didn't make any sense. I just threw it out there.
What's the hardest thing?
Should we say like
the hardest thing is that they feel that they can't get a mortgage when they're self-employed. There's a lot of times you've got to jump through hoops to get certain things, but if you know the lender's criteria and you know obviously you do a good job in terms of finding out about the client and all the history and things like that, you know where to put them quite easily and where to refer that client to in terms of lenders. But it's acknowledging that with the client and explaining that.
That's what I was getting at.
Was it?
The self-employed the beauty of the self-employed person doesn't really know that he can get a mortgage. He'll always think, what's my accountant do? And I think the 3 big things for probably someone that's self-employed is speak to your accountant.
Yeah.
Speak to a broker. If you can't get it this year, but your income's going up or it's on a trajectory, what is the income? What needs to be?
It's about a plan, isn't it?
Yeah.
You know, when you look at someone's case and go, right, you've only got 8 months self-employed history here. When you get to 1 year, this is what it's going to look like. Yeah. It's about giving that advice and just giving them the options instead of going, well, you've not got 1 year's, but that's it. Give them a moving plan. Give them a plan what looks good for the future so they know where they're at and what that timescale looks like. But it's about educating the client into.
This is what year 1 looks like.
Yeah.
This is what year 2 will look like. And it's same with someone who wants a deposit.
Yeah.
You've only got 5% deposit. Well, that's fine. This are the rates what you can get right now. But if you can save X, Y, and Z, or you can get money off mum and dad, this is what the payments will look like on this product. And I think sometimes we try and think what the client will think. So we go to the client and go, he's not going to like that, or he can't get it. Where in reality, your job is not a broker, it's an advisor going, what is the long-term game plan for a client? Is it, you might not be able to do it now, but you might be able to do it in 12 months.
I think that's with protection, you know. I think that's half the thing with the advisors with protection. They think the client's going to say no.
Yeah.
And you've already put that stumbling block in front of you. But if you gain that trust of that client right from the start and you're talking about it right from the start and you implemented it into the advice, this is your mortgage, this is what the protection's going to look like. Explain why it's important. It should be an easy conversation with your clients if you put those steps in place. But if you've got that block and think they're not going to do it, or if they're a bit older, these premiums are going to be a little bit higher, then it's getting that block past yourself, and just making sure you put your steps in initially to overcome.
And the client knows is wanting or expecting a conversation.
Yeah.
So your protection, what have you got with 4 children? And
well,
what do you see as the most important protection?
I will say that my husband's insured up to the 9, so if he dies, I'm all right. I always laugh with people about that when I'm talking about protection. with couples and say, well, make sure we insure him right, so you're good when anything happens. You've got to make light of it, haven't you? But I spend quite a lot on protection, and the reason for that is I've had to use it firsthand. So my daughter Ella, she got a critical illness and she passed away when she was 1. So at the time I had critical illness cover, which meant that included my children. So in a time that was very difficult and extremely hard, so I'm getting a little bit emotional about it, but that's fine. I had that support from the provider where they paid a lump sum out to me and I could have time away from work. So protection for me is obviously, it's firsthand, it's very important because I've been through it and dealt with that side of it. So when I look at that, obviously when I'm speaking to clients, it comes from a place of realness,
Real story.
But I've got a lot of insurance, so I pay a lot.
So
your
your husband could be looking at you
if
going,
he
right,
dies, I'm loaded anyway. If he goes,
other way around, he's thinking, I'm going to earn some money
Yeah.
here.
But so I spend £120 a month on insurance, and I've got your life insurance, your critical illness cover, which includes my children, obviously. And then I've got income protection because I'm self-employed. So
what do you think's the most important? Obviously, you've used your critical illness before, but if you was using it, like, what is the most important one? And obviously, it's very specific to different people, but do you think life insurance is more important than income protection, or critical illness is more? Obviously, I think you're more likely to probably use critical illness when you are life insurance. But some might be at income protection.
I think, you know what, it's very, very unique to each person's situation of what's important. So, for example, a quick example, if you are an NHS worker and you get 12 months sick pay, income protection, is that going to be important potentially? Or is if you got a critical illness and you were poorly for 3 years, which going through cancer treatments, things like that, you can be off work for 3 years. There's no employer that will pay you 3 years. So in that situation, would it be critical illness cover if you have got a really good sick pay policy? So it's about looking at people's budgets, looking at what budget have we got, what's important to that client, what are their circumstances, and really getting into deep with the client about what's important. So it's very difficult to answer that question just because everyone's different in the circumstances.
But it is that when you speak to a client, it is, look, we are going to spend an hour looking at this because it's really important. Like, your mortgage is sorted. We've sorted about it, but your protection, if anything happens to you or your family, this is like the big bit of it. And it is digging a bit deeper. And I think some people will go, your house is worth, your mortgage is 200 grand, you just need £200,000 worth of cover.
Yeah.
That's not how you want to do it or we want to do it. It is that, actually, let's sit down. What if that happens? What if this happens? And then you work it out to them, and they're more likely to buy into it and understand the benefit, and ultimately you want them to be able to ring you if something happens.
It's your responsibility. You know, if you're doing someone a mortgage and you don't discuss all the options they've got for protection and really delve into each option and what's maybe beneficial to them, if you don't do that and something happens to that client, it's a big responsibility for you not to have that conversation. It comes hand in hand with your job at the end of the day. And even if it is just a conversation, at least you've mentioned it. If you are a bit nervous about that, or if you need a bit more support in how to sort of... It's a difficult conversation. It's not easy. I mean, I struggled when I first started to really talk about that side of things because it's not an easy thing to talk about. Mortgages are really pretty straightforward, aren't they?
This is how much you're paying. This is what rate is. This is how much deposit you need.
It becomes advice, doesn't it? You know, when you're talking through protection and really getting to know that client, and it's daunting. Just go out there, get your knowledge in there, read about things, talk to like-for-like advisors, get support from them. I mean, TMG Network are great in terms of providing that one-on-one sort of guidance with things like that. But it's you've got to put yourself out there and learn it.
Perfect. Well, you've got me, and our time has already gone.
Oh, no, we've run out.
Any questions or any words of wisdom you want to share?
Words of wisdom. If you are building your business, you're building your future, your family, just keep going at it. Keep going at it. Don't give up. Because the light is at the end of the tunnel and you'll get to where you need to be if you put your heart into it.
I like that one.
Yeah.
Can I nick that one?
Yeah, nick
Have
it.
you got any more good ones? Have you got any? Come on, you got to have one more.
If you want to build something for yourself, you've got to go out there and get it. Like it's not just going to come to you. That's another one. Yeah. Not as good as the first one though.
I'm trying to think of them, but I've done an hour's worth now. I'm like, my head's going with it all.
You need coffee.
Need coffee. Need to put my Invisalign back in.
Good though. Yeah.
Right. Thank you very much.
You're welcome.
It's been an absolute pleasure.
Thank you.
Thank you for inspiring people, because it really is inspiring seeing you doing what you're doing and your backstory. And just keep doing what you're doing.
Oh, thanks, Scott.
And that is another one done.
Another one back to dust.
One back to dust. Thank you.